Hello and welcome to the Higher Chakra Quantum Activation. This activation is intended to expand your awareness beyond the traditional 7 chakras and guide you into activating and integrating these higher chakras, especially the Soul Star, Galactic, and Universal chakras, for deeper spiritual alignment, soul remembrance, and access to divine intelligence. I want to start this off by saying how important it is to understand that the chakra system exists outside of the typical 7 chakra system that we are typically taught or that we are typically understanding from a more Vedic perspective. But this perspective is different as a multidimensional approach and access to quantum potential. So in my opinion, there are infinite, unlimited amount of chakra centers that are attached to us because we're coded into the divine, into the quantum field, and in there lies infinite, limitless potential that we could access by accessing these various energy centers that act as portals. So this is the deep dive we are doing inside of the Intuitive Alchemy Collective in the month of May. And so far, we've learned how to tap into the chakra grid system, how to understand the signs and symptoms of imbalances, misalignment, and constraints and tension, and how to map your own chakra system. So go back and watch those trainings. They're available in the Chakra Crash Course on the school platform inside the Intuitive Alchemy Collective, as well as available on YouTube as coaching videos for free for the public. So make sure that you go consume those videos and activate your main 7 chakras before you watch this activation, because it's really just going to build off of what we've discussed so far inside the collective this month. This is all part of the crash course that teaches you the entire chakra system, but as well as what is more than what is typically understood and how it works for you specifically in your own chakra grid. So I hope that this opens up an opportunity for some curiosity and some exploration and conscious expansion, because this is what these activations are made for, and what they're intended to do is to not just serve as trainings, but also as an activation as you listen. Your DNA is being activated, your energy centers and chakras are being activated, and you're already starting the work before you know it. So I'm happy to be your guide. I'm Holly. I'm an intuitive development coach, a shaman, and spiritual teacher, and I'm here to help you harness your energy to alchemize it and transform it into something miraculous and exponential. So I want you to first start by tapping into the main 7 chakras. What beliefs do I currently hold about the 7 chakras? Because typically people's knowledge of it is very limited. And am I open to the idea that there's more available to me? You must be willing to understand that we have the ability to focus on things outside of our spatial awareness, outside of our reality, that we could tap into. And that is what I hope to do. At the end of this month, I am hosting a live workshop. It is a chakra recalibration workshop where I teach you in real time how to balance and align your chakras for high vibration manifestation, as well as instant healing and miracles. It is spectacular. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be available on YouTube as well. So if you want to join, I'll make a link available in the comments in the description on YouTube so you could join and get access to the replay as well, because it will be available for a limited amount of time before I remove access. And it is locked within the Intuitive Alchemy Collective forever. So anyway, to get started, what are the higher chakras? I want you to understand that these chakras are spiritual gateways that sit above your crown and connect us to multidimensional consciousness. So the Soul Star Chakra is 6 to 12 inches above your crown, and in the workshop I'm going to teach you how to tap into these and put your focus on them so that we can begin to explore them as wisdom, as portals to wisdom, and see what comes up for you when you tap into these, so that you can start to have a conscious awareness of what it feels like to know these, outside of our body awareness chakra centers. So that is the start. That one is right above your crown. It is the portal to past lives, soul contracts, karma, and purpose. It is a direct link to the divine. So when you think of The Sims, for example, and they have that green diamond above their head, that's not coincidence, by the way. That is the Soul Star Chakra. So it filters all the cosmic guidance that comes from the divine and goes through a filter that is respective to your unique experience on Earth in this lifetime. So you will receive this coded, encrypted guidance that comes from the cosmos that is infinite and impossible to tease apart. And then it makes it applicable to you so you can get insight from it and apply it to your life. When we are unaware or we are not conscious, we are stuck in this very 3D realm way of thinking, we have no way to tap into this. And it's almost as if life controls you as opposed to the other way around. So the one above the crown, the Soul Star Chakra, is the Galactic Chakra. It is the gateway to interstellar wisdom, starseed lineage, and non-earthly memories. This is about tapping more into like Akashic records type thing, into this exploratory paradigm where you could start to tap into this, and it's not unique to just you. It is tapping into the quantum field and all the information that exists. That is the connection to that. So it gives you even more wisdom than the Soul Star Chakra would, and that's why interstellar wisdom is included, your starseed lineage. Like, it goes beyond the cosmos, beyond ancestral lineages, beyond your own past lives. This is wisdom that exists in the beyond, in the veil, in the unknown, in the void. So it's often activated during starseed awakenings, if you've come across that, or quantum journeys, either with a shaman or in your own life where you are quantum leaping. That is activating that chakra, whether you're aware of it or not. So the universal divine gateway chakra is the one that exists even further above your head and connects to source consciousness and collective unity. It is the galactic chakra on crack, essentially, and it helps you embody divine truth. It gives you pure discernment where you could see everything beyond the veil. You could almost see the codes and the fabric of reality when you tap into this divine chakra. And yes, it does take practice, but the more you practice becoming aware of your own chakras, the more you will be able to expand this awareness outwards into the, Soul Star Chakra and beyond. So this one helps you embody divine truth, oneness, unity, and multidimensional missions where you could even lucid dream or astral project or speak to telepathically to others or even remote viewing. Those are the spiritual gifts that get heightened when you tap into the universal divine gateway chakra. So this one is very tied to the physical realm as well as your own experiences. This one is about things that are still related to you, but outside of your earthly body in this reality. And this one is about the divine, the fabric of reality and the oneness and the unity that comes with tapping into this infinite potential. And you just have this sense of knowing and of truth, and even the word of God really starts to resonate, and you go beyond what is typically understood in new age paradigms as source or the universe. You are actually realizing the divine, God, however you want to see it, that exists beyond the universe. So which of these chakras feels most activated or curious to me right now, and why do I feel drawn from it? When you start to explore it from that perspective, you're tapping into the low-hanging fruit, whatever's easiest to activate, that feels relevant right now. And what wisdom comes from it when you start to think of that one chakra that's standing out for you, because that's where the wisdom comes from. That's where tapping into these portals and learning to alchemize their energy starts to take effect. So how do these chakras support your ascension journey? The Soul Star Chakra anchors your soul mission into your energy body, your physical body, and aids in remembrance and divine timing. The Galactic opens multidimensional channels, helps integrate starseed memories and gifts. like spiritual gifts, and then beyond merges you with divine unity, helping you transcend polarity and aligned with unconditional love. That is like the heavens. When you tap into that bliss, that is what exists outside of you and your ego. And it is amazing to feel and to allow the channel to open so that energy can come down from the cosmos down into your soul star, down into your crown, down into your body, into the earth. And it is just so healing and so divine, and it is amazing to tap into. This one is the goal because it encompasses everything. So examples of what these would translate to into the practical realm in your reality is feeling called to step into a leadership role, or to speak your truth, or to start a business, something that allows you to express your divine purpose, your divine mission here, even if it doesn't make logical sense, like quitting your job to pursue something you have no experience in, but you feel so drawn to it. It could also be sudden intuitive downloads or visions of light language or celestial bodies, and just heightened spiritual gifts that come into effect when you start to tap into the potential of the quantum field. So a prompt for this would be, where have I experienced divine timing, intuitive downloads, or soul nudges that felt bigger than me, that felt like a calling or a pull or a nudge or a hunch? These are the things to start to pay attention to. So activating your light codes, receiving higher guidance would be something that happens hopefully as you're listening to this, but it's really putting your focus on it that helps activate these energetic imprints and these frequencies and downloads that recalibrate your DNA and expand your consciousness. When you start to tap into these things and focus your attention onto them, they will give you so much wisdom respectively that it is worth the time to take to recalibrate them each respectively from your root upwards. And that's how light codes come through, because that channel is completely open, wide open, when all your chakras are balanced and perfectly aligned. That is the recalibration. That is a hard nervous system reset. And we're going to go over that in the live workshop. So make sure you sign up for that in the link in the description in the comments. So you could activate these things through meditation, which is what we're going to do inside of the workshop. And then you start to explore astral dreams once you're able to connect to that galactic chakra. That's when you will be able to activate the light codes that come through it, and you'll be able to have astral dreams, and you'll be more awake in your sleeping life, in your dreaming life, and you will start to see more symbolism and spiritual activity, more lucid dreaming inside of your dreams when you start to activate these chakras. So don't be alarmed if your sleep is activated by this as well and you have weird dreams. It's integrating all the wisdom that comes from it into through your filters, your chakras, into your body, into your physical experience, and outwards into your reality. So start to pay attention to symbolism in your life that stands out for you, and analyze these symbols, journal on them, contemplate on them, meditate on them, and they will start to make sense to you. You will learn to decode them and the truth and wisdom that comes from the symbolism. And it's all a process. It's all a journey. So don't feel like you have to rush to learn all these things. It'll all come in its own time as you explore your own chakras and you learn to recalibrate them. So here's the prompt. Have I ever felt like I have received a message, a vision, an image, or energy that bypassed logic but felt deeply real? Have you ever experienced this? And it's okay if you haven't or you can't remember yet. And what might it have been trying to activate in me? We have the ability to look back on our life and apply wisdom and insight to these experiences. So maybe there are experiences when you were a kid that stood out to you, that you could start to analyze that maybe there was something there. Maybe there was something spiritual about it. Maybe you always had gifts that you are now starting to remember. So here are some tools and practices to activate and connect with these higher chakras. Meditation with the intention to connect specifically to these chakras above your head. Once you start to apply focus to it, you'll understand what I mean by all of this and being able to access their energy. Visualization, really applying like the colors to each chakra as well as picturing them as like portals or energy centers really helps you tap into it. If you are more of like a visual learner or you need a more tangible reference, you could use visualization to tap into the chakra and just let whatever comes up for you come up for you, and start to journal these things and start to question the stuff that comes up. Write what comes up for you. If you have a lucid dream and you wake up, or if you have a meditation, when you finish that meditation, write all the insights that came up right away, as much as you can remember. Write down without thinking, and don't even try to analyze it till you look at it, and then you could see the patterns that come up, the symbolism in your dreams, the insights that came up. This is going to be overwhelming at first, but as you go throughout your life, you'll be able to see more of the patterns in your life and things that really stand out. And over time, especially with introspection and being able to look back on things, things will make more and more and more sense. So spend time in nature, spend time under the stars, do full moon, new moon rituals, anything to activate that more spiritual aspect of your chakras as opposed to being stuck in the physical realm. So light language activation is like that automatic writing, whatever comes up for you, even if you just want to write and you're just going off a stream of consciousness. Allow that stream of consciousness to come through you, and you'll be able to decipher as you become familiar with each chakra what portal is speaking through you. Is it your entire being, or is it coming from a different lens or filter that is represented by each chakra? Like the red root chakra would be a lot of insights about stability and your safety and where maybe you're lacking it in your life. There's so much wisdom that comes from each portal that I want you to record it, or to even just write about it as you contemplate these things. So what tools are you most called to explore from this list, and how can you create a ritual or sacred space to do it, practice it, and connect with it so that you are actively practicing this, you're gaining insights, and you're implementing them into your life. And even if things don't make sense at first, it will get refined over time, it will make sense, and then it'll click, and then your chakra and your DNA will be activated, which could lead to healing in different areas of your life, depending on what chakra is being healed or balanced. So this is how you integrate and you stay grounded. Remember, higher chakra activation must be anchored with heart and body coherence. So I want you to focus on the first 7 chakras. Gain body awareness of that and explore those ones first before you move into the astral realm, because I don't want you to misalign and imbalance your chakras just by activating ones that aren't, and accessing ones that aren't conducive to your growth at this moment of time. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. So grounding through root chakra work, mindful eating, walking barefoot, breath work, somatic practice like yoga, stretching, dancing, shaking. Make sure that you feel safe in your body first before you explore the spiritual realm. So this balance is key, so you're not stuck in escapism, you don't get psychosis, you're not receiving channel messages from, spirits or demons without having the skill of discernment first. So you will learn discernment by first feeling safe in your body, knowing that you could trust that is inner wisdom, so that when you do start to tap into external things, you're not swayed by the lies or perception or illusions that are being presented to you in your reality. You don't want entities contacting you without knowing that you have spiritual armor on first. So make sure that you root yourself in the physical before you go too far into the astral. So what am I learning about balance between the cosmic connection and grounded presence? That's what I would ask myself. After just listening to what I just said, what came up for you? That would be the answer to that. So that's it. I hope this has helped you at least activate these chakras that exist above your head now that you're aware of them. everything comes back to awareness. So remember that spiritual growth is not a straight line. It's not a result. It's not a journey. It's not linear. It's a spiral. It goes over and over again, revisiting the same lessons over and over again. But each time it gets filtered through your experience so that you gain different insight by going through these deaths and rebirths and lessons consistently throughout your life, your past lives, and everything else. So this is an invitation to trust your experiences and then track the energetic shifts in a journal. How are you different after you started exploring these things? Now that you've activated these things, think back on maybe how you've had some lack of awareness in your life and how that dictated you. Were you living like a sim? Were you being controlled by your reality by the creator and feeling like a victim of it? Are you more aware now and feeling more in charge? So I hope that's what was activated for you at the least. And this is an invitation to again join the Quantum Chakra Recalibration Workshop on May 31st, this Saturday. Sign up via the link. Make sure that if you're in the Intuitive Alchemy Collective, that you record the date down in your calendar. And otherwise, if you're on YouTube, please see the link in the description or the comments to register your spot in the workshop. If you feel called to, I invite you to join the Intuitive Alchemy Collective, where you have direct access to me as a coach, a shaman, a spiritual teacher, and every month we learn a crash course in some other spiritual lesson that teaches us to harness our gifts so that we could soothe our nervous systems, expand our consciousness, and live life rooted in peace, stability, and exploration, because you are here to create, you are here to thrive, not survive, and I would love to have you inside the Intuitive Alchemy Collective. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.